Hey guys, what's up? I still feel tired as ever. That is gonna be a thing, sadly. Feeling tired as ever and all that. So, I'm working on something as well. We're gonna do makeup, but we'll also do probably just a sit here and hang out kind of live. So we'll probably do a mixture of both. Just because, why not, you know. I do have this makeup box full of amazing stuff that I love to use. Absolute dream. Like, these products are just that good. And I love them. And I only use the best of the best, you know. This little guy looks like it's gonna need more soon. I don't know. We'll try not to have to get more. Okay, so these have color. Ah, they have color on them. Dang it. Okay. These have color, which means time to wash off. Or like, just get the color off. Okay. So, where is... I want to brush. I guess it's not here. Oh, I think I put it... Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay. So right now we're just hanging out, and if anybody wants to talk at all, you know, feel free. Love when people come in and chat and just have something to say or want to express their gratitude or their beauty. Or their love for beauty. Kinda want to go with a more kinda shimmer look today. Haven't fully decided, but I kinda do want to go for that full shimmer look today. And today I think I want to use the Unique primer on one eye and then use no primer on the other. Because before I started doing Unique, when I first started, I had no eye primer whatsoever to begin with. And then when I got into James's palette, I really figured I needed primer to do a lot of the looks I wanted, because they require to have a base underneath to keep them shiny. Or not shiny, but to get the full impact of them being what they are. You know, and you want to get that. I don't know, this doesn't want to, for some odd reason my iPad does not want to adjust on me. Like, it does not want to focus very well, and that kind of upsets me, but whatever, you know. So today, like I said, we'll just do that. Let's see where we get. So I'm gonna have to clean up. I'm gonna clean up these last two brushes, and then we will go in with it. And yeah, we will go in with it. We will see what we can do, what we can create, what we can come up with, and just see, you know, the glory of it. Because I'm excited. Doing makeup is so easy, so fun, and it's just something I've been doing for 2 years now. Because I have been with Unique for 2 years. I've been with them since 2018, and I don't want to give up now. It's too much fun. Okay. I'm gonna move this real quick so I can get to the eyeshadow palette I want to use, because it is all the way over here in the back. Okay, this is an old eyeshadow palette. It's very simple with the colors, nothing real big, but there are some like colors in here. Now I'm going to open this. This is my very first palette with Unique that I ever got. It is a quad palette, and it came with my presenter kit. And it just has 4 shades. One of them has been used quite a lot, as you're going to see. They've all been used quite a lot. It's just that Optimistic has been used a lot because I love that shimmer so much. And I think I might order refills for this palette, but I haven't really determined yet. Eventually I do want to order refills, but I also want to get more palettes and just, you know, have a more variety. In our quad palettes or our refillable ones, you get these little holes in the back to where you can pop them out and replace them. So you'll have that option as well. So yeah. Okay. So with this palette, because I loved the colors, they're so easy to pop on the eye even without a primer. But I'm going to go in with our Unique primer on one eye and no primer on the other, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about the results here that you can get. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my translucent powder, which I am totally planning on trying to get back into my PayPal because I don't remember the password, period. You may get a code sent to your number, period. Okay. Sorry, I'm also taking care of some business. Alright, so I have the translucent powder out. I've got the brush that I like to use to apply it, because what I do with the powder is just pack it on right under the eye area here, and probably a little bit over the brow, to at least have a foundation put down to say that I can put the eyeshadow on, and we shouldn't have too much. We will have fallout. That's a big thing that we always have when applying makeup, or especially eyeshadows. But this will be something that we can brush right off once the makeup look is done. Like once the eyeshadow look is done, you can wipe this right off. Okay, so this translucent powder goes on pretty good. And this is a setting powder, but you can also use it for just under the eye to really get the look you're going for. Okay. So, this is how I'm going to turn voiceover on.
Voiceover on. Facebook. Live. Comment section. Terry McCabe is watching.
Hey Terry, welcome to my stream. Thank you for joining me. So, like I said, putting this translucent powder on, and we're gonna go from here. Now, as I said, we are doing makeup, but we are also hanging out, so feel free to hang out, chat a little bit, communicate. Let's talk. That's what we're here for. Okay? That is what we're here for, and all that good stuff. Oh, bye, dude. Okay, so hopefully we have the powder on. Now I'm going to go in with the Unique primer for the eyes. Usually, guys, when I do makeup, I start with my eyes first, just because it's so much easier this way. So I start with what I'm going to do with my look, if I'm going to do a look at all. If I'm going to do a look with my eyes, like a stubble look or a glamour look, I'm going to apply a little primer just to, do this look and put that primer right on. So yeah, this is how I do it. Okay, so that primer is going to go right on, and then we are going to leave the other eye bare. The other eye is going to stay bare just because I'm doing this as a demonstration, you guys, to show our new eye primer. Okay, this has been out for a little bit, and finally getting my hands on one not too long ago, I was like, I have to try it. Because I was so skeptical at first, because there are some things I do like and some things I don't, and usually skin toned primers, when I'm trying to do eyes, are not my favorite because I want to have it pop as much as I can. But I do not regret this purchase, because it does all the work it needs to. So, yeah. Okay. So here's the 3 brushes I'll use, and here's the 2 brushes I'll use to do the lid. So we're going to go in, like I said again, with my first Unique palette that I ever got in my presenter kit. And it's well used, as you can see. Okay? Well used. So, we'll start with the 3 brushes first and do our look, and then we'll do the lid last. So from light shade, I'm going to go right in here with this shade. We're just going to put this into the, inner corner here. And since we have the powder, it'll only stick to our primer, and then it'll move right after. When we go to clean up, it'll come right off and be so delicately easily moved. You guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm talking right now. And you're just gonna go right in. Start with this. Okay. Now, this is a very simple kit. There's not a lot of colors, so we may not even need all 3 brushes. But we're gonna go in with this shade right here to the crease here. So we're going to go in with this for the rest of the crease like so. And we will have to dip in again with this first shade to bring out the color that we just kind of covered over here. But at the moment, we are fine. I think I'm either going to do a 3 Addiction palette, or I will do a refill of this one, just because I could use some new colors and everything for it. But we will see. I mean, as you can tell, I love makeup, and I've been doing this for 2 years now, and it's so much fun. It has not changed how I feel about doing makeup at all in my life. Like, I have not changed how I feel about it. I still love the idea of a nice makeup look and just being able to do it. And as you can see, these colors pick up a little more darker on this side. You can totally see the difference here in the shades, okay? This one you may have to do a little more work with to really blend in and get these colors to fade the way you want, because you're not using a primer, you're just putting it on your bare lid, okay? You're just putting it on your bare lid and working with it. And I think I'm only going to use these 2 brushes. I don't even think I'm going to swipe into the third one because, well, I will use this as a highlighter, but this will go last. So we'll move it to the side, and there's 3 over here. And now it's time to go in for the lid. And for the lid, I think I want to do, for the lid, okay, I'm gonna worry about this in a minute, but right now I want to look at this on my camera. I'm doing some other business while doing live with you guys, and I can really see the difference here. There's still a brightness, but this one is more just bright and more subtle to it all, okay? Like, you can see from looking at my eyes. You can just see it. We will do the primer, not the primer, we will do the highlight of we will do the highlight of the brow bone last, because I will have to remove the powder to do it, and I'll stick some primer down on the one eye that I have primer on already, but we won't on the other. So, okay, so let's see. What do I want to do the lid? For the lid, I kind of want it to be a shiny color, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with some Optimistic here, and this is going to pick up a lot of, oh crap, hang on. What is wrong with me, guys? I'm doing it all wrong. I need to grab my primer before I consider putting on my makeup. Because what I do and love to do is re-prime my lid here. This will give me a good coat to prime, like to put the shadows on, because when you're working with your crease, sometimes the other color will get into your lid and you don't typically want to have it there. You want like another shade. So I'm gonna just apply this right to that and go from there and do it. And this primer is so amazing. I think I really want to order another container. I love it. I know it's not going to run out a lot because I barely really use it. When I'm doing my professional lives, like right now, I'll use it. But if I'm just doing a live where I'm playing around with makeup and everything, I will use my Anastasia Beverly Hills primer. This is more of a white one, but that's just for play. When I'm doing professional stuff, I use all unique like primers and stuff to put everything down with. So, okay, so we're gonna go in with the shade again. I'm gonna grab a little more on my brush. Really just kind of pick it up and then swipe it off and then just pat it right on. We don't even really have to pat. You can rub with these shades, which is the part that I absolutely love about unique shades, is you do not have to rub with these. You can just pat them down and just put them in like this. So now with the other eye, you may have to, for the simple fact that the other eye has no primer, but we will see. We will see. Okay? That is what we are here to figure out is the best way to apply our makeup, guys. And there we go. That is all bright and shiny. Woo! Optimistic. You take my breath away. Ugh. Optimistic really does take my absolute breath away. And it is a great product. A great shade. In here I have Slick, Optimistic, which are the two shimmers. And I have Fervent and Agile as the two main colors. Totally love them because you can create so many different looks with them. It's not even funny. So then we're gonna go here and just go ahead and start applying this on this side. I mean, this color does have some payoff with being by itself. It can get pretty bright like this, but this was more popish right here. This popped right out. Like, you can see that it's being applied. And I bet you if I had applied a primer to my left eye here, it would be the exact same thing on this eye as it is on the right. But with this one, I do have to work a little more to build it up. But this one looks more shimmer, and this one looks more shimmer too. But I mean, it's hard to explain because my left eye is a little weirder than my right, because of the simple fact that it is more pushed in. Okay, like this left eye is more pushed in on my lid.
Suggested commands. Bullet tap and hold less than number greater than. Bullet.
Go to sleep. Okay, so I got this on, I think, the way that I want it for both eyes, and I want to add one more color. So I'm going to go in with the last one of these brushes. Why did I do that? Really? Michaela? Really? Okay, I went in the wrong shade. I want to see how this will pick the shade and make it show up, or if it will at all. Because this is a hard shade, and I absolutely love it. But it doesn't get justice. Like, it's a hard shade to make show up, and I love it. It's slick. It's like a rose gold. And I'm just gonna go and put this right here on like the outer corner edge here. And as you can see, I'm using the brush a certain way to really get this color. Lightly, gently doing it, and just lightly approaching. And you can kind of see it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it really goes too well with Optimistic. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So I think it's kind of there. It's kind of there. It's kind of holding its justice, you know, really doing its payoff. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in again and do the other corner of the eye here, this other eye. Just barely do this corner. What's that? Let me see if I can even put this on my hand and if it shows up. It does, and it's a really pretty shade, but it's not real noticeable, but you can kind of see it there. See my hand? Should be able to see it. So yeah, it's kind of there, but not completely. I think it just depends on how you see your shades here. And alright, so we go. That's done. Now I'm going to wipe off powder, and then we will be good to put our highlight shade on. So I just go like this, and I go around, and I even swipe from the bottom here because we do have all this around our eye. And you just kind of want to swipe it away like this. Just swipe it away, guys. You know, all you gotta do is swipe that translucent powder away, and it'll go away like crazy. Like, it'll go away and really be gone, and it's just amazing. But translucent powder does actually do a really good job at really cleaning up the eye area that you're working with. I've actually I'm gonna get some unique translucent powder and try it because I really want to, and I want to get more unique products. So it really has cleaned up the eye here. No primer to wear primer. You can literally see a difference in the vibrancy. So yeah. Alright, so with this last brush that I have not used yet on the palette at all, we're going to do a highlight, and I'm going to go in with just a little bit of unique primer on my finger. And I'm just going to apply it right up here in the brow bone so that it has something to stick to. As I said, this is skin toned, so there's no real color to it. There's just the primer. So I put it on, and we should be good. And we will see the final tilly results. But like I said, guys, this is a unique eyeshadow primer, and I absolutely love it. I will stock up on a bunch of these eventually, just because they're so good, and I love them. So, yeah. Okay, so going in with my brush here. Gonna pick up some Optimistic on my brush. Tap it off and just place it down over the primer. Like where I did the primer work at is where I am applying this shadow, and you can see that it's really sticking to that primer, and it's cool because no spot is being left empty with it, and it's just getting covered. If I had my actual highlight brush, you would see it as well. There's my insane crazy highlight. I've done it about 3 times, having to dip into this, but I like it. The primer really worked at applying. And now we're gonna go in on the other side and see just how well this side will pick up that. I mean, you can see the tremendous difference. I've done about 3 layers on the other side, and I've done about 3 here, and yet there's not a lot of payoff in the color. The colors are still kind of faint, so like you can see this is tremendous. This, you can see it's there, but this one is more noticeable. Like, this is more noticeable to say, oh, if someone's seen me, they'd be like, what are you wearing? Because they would notice this pop of color right in here that I've done. They would notice that. They really would. Now, to try and experiment here, because I just really do want to try this and see if this will help, or if I'm just pushing my luck with it, I'm going to grab the primer one more time and just put a small bit on my finger, and I'm going to go right in here, the inner corner here, and I may be wiping some of that off. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Okay, so now I'm going to try something here. And I'm going to try to take this same brush, but I'm going to clean it off real quickly so I don't mix color. I'm going to try to take this same brush and go into Slick, which is, like I said, a really pretty pink, rose goldy pink kind of shade here. And we're just going to try to put her right at the bottom to see if she creates a fade.
Comment.
Okay, so we're just going to add her, like I said, right at the bottom. Because we want to see if she will add a fade of color to the look. And it looks like if you were to reprime the area, you might get a little more payoff with her. I'm not actually sure. I will try this with a later eyeshadow look. If you guys would like to see that. You know, we will totally go in with her and see how well she does. Because she looks like she does great payoff when you re-put a primer down and work with her just a smidge bit. Gonna go back in with a little bit of Optimistic to kind of blend right here. Because you kind of want to blend in your colors. If I'm going to do 2 highlight colors, I just kind of want to blend a little to blend them right out. Like to blend between them so they don't look so uneven. But you can see the huge significant difference in primer. Oh yeah, you can see it. And I might have cut a little too close to the actual look. But we're just experimenting. This would look a lot better with the eyeshadow or the highlighter brush. But you can see her. I'm just going to brush her out a little. You can see her now. She would not be really good for a highlight color. But we just wanted to experiment with that. Oh, she would on this side because less primer. So maybe not use. But I don't know. I wanted to use the primer because I want my highlight to stick out as well. So, yeah. So if I were doing a face highlight, how would I go about doing that, guys? If I really wanted to be weird about it and random, I would use our eyeshadow primer. Just apply it to my cheeks, you know, to do it. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to try. Let's see. I have it. I do. I just need to find it. Okay. So I do have this lovely, unique primer. This is the actual face primer that we have, and I actually want to try applying primer to no primer with this and seeing if there's a difference or if there's not. So I'm applying our face primer straight to one side of my hand and then just kind of blending it in. Like I said, you don't need a lot of this primer really to do it. So okay, so there's the face primer right there. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. On this side of my hand, like this side, I have the primer. On this side, I do not. So I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush that I'm not using. Well, I am using, but not using. And I'm going to pick this really pretty pink back up. And actually, we're not going to go with the pink. Because I want to go with, we're doing this for highlight for cheeks. So like, how would this primer work on the face? I'm going to go into some Optimistic here and apply it straight over this primer. Just a very subtle light apply, like application. Excuse me. Actually, before I like really started mainly makeup, actually when I was starting, a friend of mine gave me the idea to use Optimistic as my highlight. So here's the color with the primer. Very bright. You can see it's there. But let me see. How do I think it looks? I think I did 2 applications with the eyeshadow. Because having a great primer underneath can mean a lot to your look. It can add to where it looks more vibrant or more not. And honestly, this one looks more grayish toned. I can't explain it. It not really looks like a different color. It looks the same. It's just that I feel like the primer slicks it out more to more of a better application. I don't know. There's with the primer, here's without. So what is y'all's opinion on this? This side right here is without. This is with. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Clearly, I don't know. I want y'all's opinion. I feel like the primer side may work a little better, to be honest. So, now, since we have the one swatch with the normal primer, I'm going to remove the eyeshadow from this side, and I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to put eyeshadow primer down, because you can, find crazy ways to substitute. And I'm going to put some primer on my hand here. Really kind of even it out the way that I want. You don't need a lot of it, so I'm barely putting any on. Okay, so now that that is applied, we will set it back down, and I will go back into the palette and pick up some more Optimistic, and we will see. Because if we apply this over a eyeshadow primer, this is just experimental, guys, just to see which one gives more of a payoff and way differently here, because probably they're formulated, of course, probably more than likely formulated differently, but the eyeshadow primer has actually made the shade stand out more than the actual face primer. And of course that's going to be a thing, and I already knew that that would happen, but I wanted to experiment with it and show you guys just the result, because yes, the eyeshadow primer seems to pull out more than the face. So if you really wanted to, I'm pretty sure you could put your face on and use the face primer for just a light supple highlight. But if you wanted to go all out, all crazy for it, you could totally probably put some face primer, like eye primer, on your cheeks here to really bring that out and let it be known that you wanna stand out in the crowd. You want a little more highlight in your life. Look at my weird way of saying that though. Look, really. I mean, just make it known you want a little bit of a different approach to your makeup, and you don't know. But, you just want a little highlight in your life, and that's how you can achieve it, is either just use your normal face primer from us, or use our eye primer. Either one will still give you great results to a good looking highlight, or just whatever. Of course, the eyeshadow primer is going to work great at bringing those colors out on the eyes, as you can see demonstrated from today's eyeshadow look. But you also now know you could definitely use it on your face after you've done on your makeup. Right when you're getting ready to put on your highlight, you could put it on your face and just enjoy a nice highlight. Because look at this look, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing what primer can do color-wise compared to over here. Because I feel like it's more lighter, and this one's more darkened up, because we have that primer on. We have that primer on, and we are rocking that primer because we want to. So, I'm not actually going to put any mascara on today, because I'll probably just be taking this off right after anyway. Not going anywhere in particular. So, it's awesome to know that and see that. Now, I want to see something here, because I'm curious. Since I showed you guys the no primer to primer effect, I want to try it with James's palette, because I have James Charles's mini. Oh, it's got a little nick in it because I move it a lot. Okay, so I have this mini palette. This is off the topic of Unique. You've already seen how great Unique is. So if you're watching this on YouTube, because this will definitely be posted to my beauty channel, thank you for tuning in. This will be the last you see. The rest of this is on Facebook. They'll get to see this next part. But since this is a demonstration, this video part was a demonstration for Unique, I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya.